Well, hello there, and welcome to the Second Life Book Club. My name is Draxtor Dupre, and you may see me looking rather strange tonight, or today, or wherever you are, midday, mid afternoon, early morning. Maybe the camera can pull back and pan a little bit over our full house, almost full house audience here on the Second Life Book Club. We have an amazing guest today. Zelda Knight, one of the co-editors of a new anthology called Africa Risen. It's an anthology of contemporary African speculative fiction. But we will have to postpone today's program because there are severe login issues in Second Life. You can see them on the Second Life Grid website. What is it? Status.secondlifegrid.net. And we tried for about an hour to fix these things. So you can see Zelda is this strange alien here. Hello, Zelda. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Um,
How do you
I
like your
see.
looks?
I'm very fitting the speculative look right now, seeing as I look like an extraterrestrial. um, but hello, how are you?
There's a classic book, and I should have prepared this. From I think it's from the 30s. One of my favorite books, and I can't think of it, but it's a an African American author, and it's a famous book. Maybe somebody can look this up, where he invents something that makes people white, and
Hmm.
and then he sells it, becomes a million. He sells it to all the black people, and they want to be white, to advance in a white society. It's very critical book. Obviously, it's a satire.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what happened to you here. Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Uh, uh, George Schuler would be laughing because I am truly black no more. I am a ghost.
Black No More. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, that was pretty good. Black No More by George Schuler. George Schuler. Somebody please retrieve this link and put it in there. Um, okay, so Africa Risen is an amazing book. You edited this, you co-edited this with two other actually, well, one guest who was with us before, um, Ogenichove Donald Epeki and Cherie Renee Thomas. And if I butchered those names, I apologize. Um, it's a fantastic book, and we will talk about it, and we will do this on Saturday, the 11th. Saturday, the 11th of February at the same hour. Um, yeah, I deeply apologize, but it's out of our powers here. But before we go, Zelda, two things. Briefly tell us what the anthology is about. Give us a little pitch if you were a bookseller, and then we'll talk about a super special, awesome thing that involves your own publishing operation. So what is Africa Risen about?
Great question. So, Africa
Only
Risen
the
is.
best question, the worst looking avatars, but certainly the best questions. Oh, sorry,
I
go ahead.
scared myself looking at my avatar again.
And Monkey is
So,
wearing three outfits on top of it and has a demo. One of one of sorry, one of the volunteers of the book club team has a demo a demo sign over her head. Oh boy. Okay, sorry, Zelda. Please go ahead. I'll be quiet.
no, it's no problem. So Africa Risen, right? So you already kind of hit on the top key things, but in a way, if you haven't read it already, Cherie Renee Thomas put out two groundbreaking anthologies in 2000, I believe, like 2006, and they were Dark Matter and Dark Matter Reading the Bones. And they were, just really groundbreaking anthologies that really set the tone for Black speculative fiction. And so fast forward, um, Pecky and I had collaborated on Dominion. Cherie had read it. She thought it was, she thought it was good. And so we came together. She didn't want to do like another Dark Matter, like a Dark Matter 3. And we felt like the literary scene had changed in the, 2 decades since Dark Matter had dropped. And so we chose to do Africa Risen, a new era of speculative fiction. And we purposely said Africa Risen
Hmm.
versus Rising, to kind of put that really forceful statement that Black authors are here, we're doing great things, Africans and diaspora. And so, as you can see, awesome already up there, 514 pages. It's a chunky book. I wish I could show you it. It's a thick spine, 32 stories, 33 authors. There's a husband and wife team that co-wrote
Oh
six
yes, Mars.
continents. Yep. And you see all three of us here. Really thankful to our publisher, Tor.com. And yeah, so far, I mean, wild stuff. I'm actually hitting this Saturday to the NAACP Image Awards. Africa Risen was nominated for Outstanding Literary Work. And
I
quite
just read
recently,
that. Right, that was
mm-hmm,
just came out a couple days ago. That announcement or something.
exactly. Yeah, so it's been a wild ride, and also LeVar Burton, his podcast, LeVar Burton Reads, he read one of the stories, The Yellow Painted Library by Toby. So
Uh,
check that out.
I have this here. I pulled this slide here. LeVar Burton reads, and this is the story is the Lady of the Yellow Painted Library by Toby Ogundiran, and it's about a library. It's this guy who borrows this book and doesn't bring it back, and the librarian says you should bring this book back or something bad will happen to you. And he goes like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he leaves town, and the library follows him. I mean, good stuff, including also Tlotlo Tsamas's story. Peeling Time Deluxe Edition, where the placenta of evil plays a crucial role. So this is an amazing achievement. This book, but we still look very. Oh my God! Sorry, I'm looking at my monitor. I'm getting distracted because
Yeah.
we're looking black no more. But I was never black. But anyways, where were we? So this is happening, but then of course Zelda is was a guest before here, and she has her own publishing operation. I'm going to throw up a few slides here from your website, which I think is cool. You're a USA Today bestseller of diverse romance. That is really amazing because I started a website once with limited romance, and it didn't really fly. But now I know how to. Okay, that's a lame joke. Um, so Zelda, you're also going to have an announcement uh, for us then Saturday on the 11th. What's happening with
Yes.
your own thing?
Yeah, so it's this program. It's called Story Bundle. It's run by a great guy called Jason Chen. And basically, what happens every month, there's three separate bundles that are themed around different things. So right now, if you go to storybundle.com, you'll see a bundle on fantasy steampunk, if that's your thing, and also magic school. So a bunch of books on magic schools. But I put together for in honor of Black History Month, I put together the Black Fantastic Story bundle. And inside you'll have 11 works by Jessica Cage, Ebony Dunbar, Cherie Renee Thomas, Nicole Givens Kurtz, a lot of people, some names you're probably familiar with. And basically how it operates is for $5 you'll get four books, and if you pay $20 or more you'll get all 11 books. So it's a pretty great deal because each of these books by themselves, some of them are anthologies that are like retailing for $9.99. So it's a really decent deal. And part of the
Uh,
proceeds goes to Mighty Writers that supports causes like books and writing for the youth.
books seem to be quite important. Otherwise, fascists wouldn't want to ban them all the time. Let me put it that way. So,
Right.
and also, you offer steamy romance, sweet romance, cozy mystery, spicy romance, but no furry romance. But maybe that's in the future. I'm just saying, like I may buy a few. So, folks, again, we apologize. It's really out of our power today, today, and we're going to do a special Saturday show on the 11th. Please put that into your calendar. It's going to be um 12 o'clock SLT as usual. Let me just say, Shyla, if you can put the story bundle link into the YouTube, that would be fantastic. Uh, it's the link here on top. Um, the link, Zelda's link, and I want to leave you with two quotes one by Cherie Renee Thomas, and one from Ogenichove Ekpeki. Cherie says these are slides that Shala prepared. These are important. Cherie talks about the environment. This is kind of what you addressed, Zelda. It was really a much different environment than today. Is when she first put out her anthologies. This was before social media, and it was not as welcoming for me and some of the writers. All of that began to change, and we want to
Mhm.
explore that. We want to explore in this show how African um, stories emanating from the continent and in the diaspora, what social media can do and is doing. Because Chove, and he was on the show last time, he talks about that the internet and opening up for him, being in Africa right now is completely a complete game changer. The internet was accessible a long time ago, but it wasn't accessible on the continent in Nigeria until very recent. And in fact, lots of people cannot afford to be online in Nigeria now. So it's not, it's an awesome opportunity, but it's not where it should be. It's a very small part of our population, people like me who are online, we're the elites. So I want to address all this stuff, and we're going to do it on Saturday the 11th when there is a story bundle.
Yeah, yeah, and it goes live 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, my time, and it's live from February 1st all the way through March 3rd. So you'll have time, but we'll talk about it more on the 11th when we're not looking so ghastly on camera.
I want to make sure that the story bundle link is in the YouTube. Let me just double check here because I think we put the wrong link in there. Let me make sure folks have that. And thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you all on Saturday, the 11th. And we have a lot of viewers right now, and I apologize, but you know what? You can start reading the book and start reading with the story IRL. No, actually, you know what? No. You should start with the first story because I also want to talk about the order, Zelda. That's another issue, not issue, but it's another aspect that I want to talk with you about because I think the order is important. And we had a guest once who said, the order, I forgot who it was. We were talking about like, oh, the order and the thoughts. Yeah, it's not really that important. The first one is important, how you open it, because people in the store, they open it. And then the last one is important. But the rest you kind of shuffle in the middle. But there is something to the order, right? The order
Mm-hmm.
is important.
Yeah, I think anthologists all have like different philosophies, but I'll speak for my co-editors to say we actually think the order is really important when you're putting together an anthology, especially one with so many stories like this one. You don't want to just kind of shove them in there.
And it can become a conversation between the stories and then kind of an overall thing like a good musical album. The kids today, Zelda, like, people,
Yeah, they stream, so they don't listen
they
back to back.
stream, yeah, exactly. The kids these days, the kids these days. God, I'm looking at my monitor. I really look like a guy who would say that. Get off my lawn. You don't even know what an album is, kids. Okay, we're gonna end it right here. The anthology is Africa Risen, co-edited by Zelda and her co-editors. I'll put it up right one more time. Cherie Renee Thomas and Ogenichove Donald Ekpeki. The book is also here on. If the camera can pan down, we have the book here, right here on the table. Zelda said she wants to show it to us, but we can see it because it's right here on the table. We can actually make it. I mean, that at least works. I can make it real big like this. So that at least worked. Camera, please zoom in on this gigantic book, 500 something pages.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, it's even bigger. Oh, there we go.
see, yeah, it's even bigger than in real life. We will see everybody on Saturday the 11th, and we do have a show next. Hopefully, if Second Life behaves, we do have a show next Wednesday. Deepanjana Pal is coming on. She's an author out of India. She's also a film critic. She wrote a medical thriller, and she wrote amazing kids illustrated kids books, um, the Pushku stories. So that's next Wednesday. Again, I apologize, and we're gonna stop the stream now. Mark, you're